Archangel Michael says, "Do not look away now, because a door you have prayed for is turning on its hidden hinges and the handle is already in your hand." The air is different around you, as if the room itself knows what is coming and stands still to listen. 10 minutes stand in front of you like tall gates, and you are the one who decides whether they open or rust shut. Archangel Michael says, "The signal has been sent and your name is on it in letters that shine brighter than your doubts." A rush moves through your spirit like first rain over hot earth, and it says preparation is favor in motion. You are not late and you are not early, and you are standing exactly where your breakthrough expects to find you. Archangel Michael says, "The number appears in your inner eye like a banner unfurled in daylight, and it does not blink or fade." 99 million looks like an ocean, yet it is only a symbol for the vastness assigned to you. The figure is not a trick and it is not a trap, because it represents release, responsibility, and reach. Archangel Michael says, "Listen to the rhythm under the noise, because it carries your instructions in simple beats." Breathe in courage that does not beg for permission, and breathe out fear that has no authority here. You will not apologize for receiving what was always meant to meet you. There is a countdown floating in your atmosphere, and it is already ticking with quiet confidence. Each second is a coin dropping into the vault of your tomorrow. Each moment is a key turning and another bolt sliding out of the way. You feel the old story trying to reattach itself to your present with the glue of memory. You answer by stepping forward and letting the new story wrap around you like a tailored coat. The fit is perfect because it was cut to your exact measure. You touch your phone and it hums like a waking hawk. The glass becomes a mirror that shows a future without debts of fear or shortages of faith. You hold this mirror steady and the reflection steadies you. Your name travels down a channel of light like a sealed envelope with a royal crest. No one can intercept what carries your seal. No one can address what was not written to them. Across the city and across the world, the network flickers like a constellation choosing an arrangement that favors you. The wires and waves are your roads, and they are open. Your permission slip is your readiness, and it has been signed. You hear of giants and you do not shrink, because giants are only large enough to prove the size of your assignment. Your posture is tall and your voice is calm. You carry the quiet strength of someone who knows how this ends. The name that people speak when they speak about rockets and risks drifts through your space like a headline carried by the wind. Elon Musk is a symbol in this tale, and symbols point to meaning the way arrows point to paths. The point here is sudden recognition, accelerated access, and impossible doors acting like automatic doors when you step close. In your vision, a notification slides into view like a silver keycard. It does not ask you to chase it, and it does not beg to be believed. It simply arrives and waits for you to receive. You move like a lighthouse that has decided to rotate toward ships you once could not see. You choose clarity over panic and capacity over scarcity. Your choice becomes a command to the atmosphere, and the atmosphere obeys. You remember promises whispered to you in midnight hours when the ceiling felt 10 inches from your face. You remember seeing the outline of something enormous beyond the wall of normal days. The outline is stepping forward now, and the wall is learning how to become a door. 10 minutes is not a lot of time on a clock, yet it is an eternity for a miracle. Seeds do not apologize when they sprout, and neither do you. What begins here will not ask permission from what tried to end you. The floor under your feet feels like a runway ready for lift. Your doubt tried to sandbag your wings, but the wind is stronger. The lift begins the moment you say yes to the assignment. The number flashes again, and each digit glows like an ember. The zeros are circles of completion, and the nines are trumpets of finality. This is the end of wandering in small rooms with small windows. You remember your earliest drive, the one that woke you up before alarms and kept you focused when noise tried to distract you. That drive is not hunger anymore, because hunger is a stranger to someone who has found their table. Your table is set, and the host knows your name. You do not chase outcomes today, because outcomes are chasing you. You do not force doors, because doors become courteous in the presence of rightful owners. Ownership is a stance, and you take it. A letter slides beneath the threshold of your day, and on the front it reads "Confirmed." You do not tear it open with shaking hands. You unfold it like someone who has already seen its contents in a dream. The room brightens even if the lights have not changed. This is what favor feels like when it drops its suitcase at your door and says, "I live here now." You let it in, and you show it where the guest room becomes the main room. Your steps begin to sound like a drumline. Arrangement is happening. Timing is aligning. The story tries to tell you that the sum is too large for someone like you. The story is outdated, and you decline it with grace. You accept the upgraded version where scale matches purpose. You can feel movement around your name like turning gears in a well-kept machine. The machine is not cold because it was designed with you in mind. Every tooth on every gear knows where to meet the next one. You breathe a plan into existence, and the plan breathes back. It includes generosity that does not deplete you and structure that does not choke you. It includes peace that does not depend on outer weather. The notifications in your life step into formation like soldiers who understand their orders. The first says access. The second says acceleration. The third says arrival. On the edge of your awareness, a launch pad glows like a midnight city scene from a plane. Countdown does not frighten you, because countdown is a friend that announces ignition. You listen for the low thunder, and you hear it. The story speaks again of names that fill headlines and rooms that shift when innovators enter. You nod and keep walking, because you are not waiting to be noticed. You are already engaged with your assignment. You will steward what shows up and not just celebrate it. You will place pillars under what arrives so it can carry long seasons and not just bright moments. You will treat this as a covenant and not a spectacle. The number does not control you because you do not belong to numbers. You belong to mission, and mission invites numbers to serve. Money is useful and obedient when purpose is clear. You gather the fragments of past rejections and see how they fit together into a shield. The shield does not heavy your arm. It lights your way by catching and returning every stray light. You consider the pathways that open when one significant door swings wide. People you will help. Places you will stabilize. Projects you will lift from blueprint to building. There is a feeling like being upgraded mid-flight. You do not question the seat because it carries your name, and that name is not forged. You settle in and let altitude become normal. Every message that arrives today will sit inside a calm frame. You see everything and you are startled by nothing. You remain grateful without becoming frantic. The vault in your spirit opens with a hiss like warm breath on winter glass. Inside the vault are old promises preserved like photographs that never fade. You take them out and they do not crumble. The name that stirs the world of tech and steel and flame moves again across your horizon. Elon Musk appears in this story as a signal flare for audacity meeting opportunity. The signal is not about a person but about a window opening when courage stands under it. You walk through the window and it becomes a door behind you. Your steps echo with the confidence of someone who has read the final page and liked the ending. The echo travels ahead of you and opens the next room. Time is doing you favors in secret. It rearranges schedules, shifts meetings, and leans events toward your benefit. You do not need to pry anything open because the hinges answer to your name now. The past tries to claim the right to define you and is denied at reception. Your identification is current and your clearance is high. The guard smiles and waves you in. You look at the same device you have looked at 1,000 times and it suddenly looks back at you like a messenger. The message is simple. Proceed. A corridor appears where you only saw a wall before. You step forward and the corridor fills with light. The end is closer than it seems. You hear the quiet approval of heaven in the pulse of your wrist. Agreement meets you in these 10 minutes like a signature appearing on a contract already read aloud. It is finished and it is beginning. You become a steward of new momentum. That is what this number announces, and that is what these minutes deliver. You hold steady and you act wisely. Your inner room takes on the scent of fresh paper and new ink. This is the smell of unspent potential finally placed in circulation. The ink dries quickly because delay has been removed. The devices around you rest easy because they have performed their assignment. The real action is taking place inside your decision, and your decision is firm. You said yes and the universe adjusted. The horizon of your life looks different in every direction you turn. Distance is not an enemy because you have been given long legs of patience and fast shoes of strategy. You do not stumble because the path is level and lit. The people who doubted you will feel relief when they see the lift. Relief because their doubt loses its job and your rising hires their hope. You will teach them with kindness. Your voice carries today like a clear bell across morning fields. It calls opportunities by name and they answer. They line up and wait their turn. You leave behind the language of almost and use the language of already. Already open. Already delivered. Already in motion. Your future sends a courier to your present with heavy envelopes that clink like coins. You stack them neatly and label them wisely. You are not hurried because you are not insecure. The pressure you used to feel has changed into power. Power feels lighter because it fits. You wear it without apology. Your atmosphere carries the warmth of a bakery before dawn. Fresh things are rising. You will serve them while they are warm. Every yes you give today is intentional and clean. No residue. No regret. Your sleep tonight will be deep and untroubled because the fight shifted from survival into stewardship. You did not beg for a chance. You stood up to meet the one that came. You will hear 100 stories about how impossible becomes routine when purpose is present. You will recognize your own story among them. You will nod and continue building. The elevator doors in your timeline close gently and open on higher floors without drama. You step out and the carpet under your feet absorbs every old noise. This is what quiet success sounds like. You will not explain your peace to anyone who wants performance. Peace is not a performance. Peace is proof. Your calendar breathes easier because your decisions are simple now. Does it serve the assignment? If yes, then proceed. If no, then smile and decline. You have met the moment with open hands and steady eyes. That is why the moment respects you. That is why the gates swing wide. The 10-minute window is a friend you will remember for years because it rearranged your sense of what can happen in a short space of time. It will teach you to trust timing without trying to wring its neck. It will teach you to move without flinching. Your generosity will be a lighthouse for people who forgot which way the shoreline sits. You will be a signal fire in fog. You will be a map in the pocket of someone lost. You have permission to scale your kindness without shrinking your boundaries. You have permission to carry more without breaking. You have permission to rest without guilt. The sky over your day becomes a deeper blue as if painted twice. Color returns to every part of your life that was running on grayscale. This is what abundance does when it arrives for real. The choreography finishes its first movement and bows. Applause rises in the unseen. The curtain lifts on Act 2 and you are ready. The number that began this message will live in your memory like a marker on a map. It will not haunt you because you are not haunted. It will anchor you because you are anchored. Elon Musk in this story stands like a lightning rod for audacity, invention, and sudden scale. That is the function of the name in this narrative, and you understand the function well. You salute courage wherever you see it, and you cultivate it in yourself relentlessly. You do not look back for scraps because your table is full. You do not scrape for attention because your assignment is the headline you needed. You place your focus where it belongs and everything lines up. The last seconds on the clock slow down the way moments do when cameras shoot in high frame rates. You can see the detail in each instant. You find gratitude in every detail. The door in front of you swings open a last inch and catches the light. This is the inch that used to feel like a mile. This is the inch you now cross without strain. You step into the room that used to be a rumor, and the rumor becomes reality. Your feet feel the soft give of carpet you once imagined. Your hands touch the cool polish of a table you once described to no one. You stand there quietly and let the moment settle like dust in sunbeams. You are not surprised because this is what you were made for. Surprise belongs to spectators and you are a participant. You gather the first pieces of what has arrived and place them into the structure you already prepared. Preparation is love for the future, and you have loved your future well. It loves you back today. The room is yours and the view is wide. A river of opportunity runs below the window like a silver road. You can see where it bends and where it widens and where it feeds the sea. This is not an ending. This is a beginning that speaks with the voice of an ending because it closes old chapters with authority. The sound you hear is a seal pressing into warm wax. You breathe one last time as the 10 minutes complete their circuit. The air tastes different now and you smile without performing it. This is your life stepping into alignment in plain sight. You do not need fanfare. You need focus. You have it. You do not need permission. You need purpose. You have it. You do not need to chase. You need to receive. You have done it. The message closes around you like a cloak that fits your shoulders and frees your hands. You look ahead and you move. The road is ready and so are you. This is the hour your story remembers. This is the day your name stands up straighter. This is the moment the lock recognizes its key. Your money has arrived as certainty, as capacity, as reach. It has arrived as influence, as stability, as infrastructure. It has arrived as proof that you kept walking when it was easier to sit down. You hold it with clean hands and a clear mind. You carry it with a strong back and a soft heart. You aim it with wisdom and a wide horizon. And now you proceed with grace, with calm, with quiet thunder. The window is open and the wind is friendly. Step through and keep stepping. Archangel Michael says, the next door opens with a whisper, not a shout, because real openings do not need noise to be real. The hinge is smooth from every quiet yes you made when no one was watching. Walk through with your shoulders relaxed and your eyes clear. The corridor ahead carries a ribbon of light along the floor like a path painted in silver. Follow it at your pace, not the pace of panic, because panic has poor eyesight. Purpose sees far and walks steady. Your hands are ready for weight and your heart is ready for width. Capacity is not a mood today, it is architecture. You step into rooms built for your voice and your vision. On the desk in the new room sits a ledger with blank pages that do not fear ink. Start writing plans that respect the gift and magnify the good. Your handwriting will be firm because hesitation has retired. The window is larger here and shows a landscape stitched with opportunities like bright threads. You trace the route that threads take and you notice how they cross, reinforce, and hold. Nothing loose, nothing left to fray. A soft chime sounds from the device on your palm and the air thickens with confirmation. The figure is still present like a lighthouse number, steady and sure. You honor it by choosing structure before spectacle. You assign every portion a job and every job a timeline. You choose people of skill and character over noise and novelty. Your team begins as names on a page and becomes a circle of trust around your assignment. Archangel Michael says, "Speak calm into every room you enter because calm is the strongest sound in a storm." When calm leads, excellence follows and waste surrenders. Let your tone set the temperature. Some will rush to stand near the glow of your moment like moths chasing lamps. You will bless them with boundaries, which are a mature form of love. You will keep your circle clear and your gates well kept. The elevator of your influence stops at floors you once only passed in dreams. Each door opens to a different arena calling for your steadiness. Finance asks for ethics, innovation asks for courage, community asks for compassion. You answer each call without shouting because truth rarely needs a microphone. You build platforms that are not stages but bridges. Bridges do not boast, they carry. You revisit old rooms and leave them better than you found them. You sign checks with gratitude and strategies with foresight. You let generosity be your first instinct and accountability be your second. The headlines of the world keep rotating like constellations across a dark field. You watch them without worship and learn without losing your center. Your center is assignment, not attention. Opposition arrives dressed as urgency, flattery, and false shortcuts. You recognize the costume and decline the performance. You choose the long clarity over the short glitter. In the quiet of your morning, you draft letters that will turn into livelihoods for others. You back ideas that lift households, not just egos. You design systems that keep their promises when the room is empty. Archangel Michael says, "The signature on your season reads prepared." This is why the window is wide and the wind is warm. Prepared hands can hold what luck would drop. The number that began as a banner becomes a baseline. Baselines are not ceilings, they are floors. You build on the floor until the roof learns your name. A call arrives from far away and speaks about acceleration like it is a person you will soon meet. You welcome acceleration only where alignment is already standing. Nothing rushed, everything right. Your nights no longer negotiate with fear for sleep. They sleep because peace signed the contract. Morning finds you rested and ready for the real work. Your words carry weight in rooms that respect outcomes over drama. You talk clear, budget clean, and deliver on time. Your reliability becomes your loudest advertisement. The old scarcity soundtrack tries again to sneak into your headphones. You remove the track and replace it with stewardship. Stewardship makes music that lasts beyond the party. You set aside time to learn from quiet mentors who prefer results over applause. They teach you to refuse the high of being asked and pursue the honor of being needed. Needed work outlives trending work. The river under your window reflects moonlight and market light at once. You are not confused because you know which light guides decisions at midnight. Values decide while numbers inform. Archangel Michael says, "The door marked global does not scare you, it invites you." Your steps know how to translate quality into every language. Integrity is fluent everywhere. You build a fund for emergencies that do not make headlines but erase futures if ignored. You fund scholarships that choose potential over pedigree. You support clinics where healing meets dignity. The call sheet for your day grows, but your soul does not shrink under it. You move in sequence, not in chaos. Sequence gives each task the honor of your full attention. People who once whispered doubt now whisper relief because hope tastes better than cynicism. You do not gloat, you guide. You convert spectators into stakeholders with patience. You will be tempted to expand faster than wisdom can supervise. You resist the temptation with well-placed pauses. Pauses are not delays, they are precision. Every agreement you sign includes a clause for impact that cannot be measured by trophies. The clause reads lives changed and you underline it. This is the metric that keeps the rest honest. Your calendar begins to breathe like a living thing trained for endurance, not sprints. You protect days for thinking and walks that recalibrate wonder. Wonder is fuel that does not smoke out your lungs. You remember the first time the number flashed and you smile at how small your room felt then. The room did not expand, you did. Your heart found new walls and your mind found new windows. The critics arrive with cold hands and hot takes. You nod, adjust what is true, and discard what is noise. The work remains in front, not the commentary. Archangel Michael says, hold the line between urgency and frenzy. Urgency is focused, frenzy is blind. Today you are focused. You take meetings where humility sits at the head of the table. You end meetings that try to crown ego. Your culture becomes a story other leaders quietly copy. A map unfolds across your screen with pins on cities you have never walked. You send seeds ahead of you in the form of small pilots and trusted partners. When you finally arrive, roots are already waiting. You let technology be a tool and never a throne. Tools serve, thrones demand. You keep the roles clear. There is a moment each afternoon when the room goes still and the next right idea floats to the surface like a leaf. You write it down and schedule it. The habit makes you look lucky, it is simply discipline. The pressure to announce everything fades because results do their own announcements. You release reports on time and they are boring to everyone except the people who were helped. Boring proof beats exciting promises. You set aside a portion for the future you will never personally see. That is legacy, and legacy is the long generosity. You invest in it without needing your name on the plaque. Your phone rings with opportunities that glitter like coins tossed in sunlight. You pick them up one by one and test them on the anvil of purpose. Most bend. A few ring true. You keep only what rings. The people who serve with you flourish because you make room for their gifts. You coach without controlling and correct without crushing. Your team becomes a garden. Archangel Michael says, "The gate you crossed today will not close behind you. It stays open for those you will bring." This is how abundance behaves when guided by love. When loss tries to visit, and it will, you greet it with perspective and process. You do not panic because setbacks are settings for comebacks written with more wisdom. You iterate, you improve, you continue. The instruments of your enterprise tune themselves each morning now. Finance hums solid, operations keeps time, creativity plays melody. The harmony is pleasant because your values conduct. You allow kindness to be a policy, not a mood. Emails land soft, contracts read fair, meetings end with clarity. People exhale around your work. In the evenings, you return to the room where the first door opened. It looks smaller now but sacred still. You keep it as a chapel of memory. The number appears less as fireworks and more as foundation. Foundations are not thrilling to stare at, yet everything depends on them. You pour them well. You mentor 3 builders who remind you of you before the window opened. You give them keys you had to carve the hard way. They use them honorably. Archangel Michael says, "Retain the strength of silence. Speak only to build, correct, or bless. The rest belongs to quiet." You review the week and circle the moments that moved the world by an inch. In time, inches become miles. You celebrate inches. New doors labeled research, renewable, and rehabilitation light up like runway markers. You walk toward them with curiosity and due diligence. You partner with people who bring expertise without arrogance. You start a habit of visiting one project in person each month. You shake hands, ask for honest feedback, and listen more than you speak. Your presence is a promise kept. The reservoir that once felt shallow now surprises you with depth that keeps reflecting the sky. You draw from it without draining it because you refill it with reading, rest, and real friendships. Sustainment beats flash. A small crisis hits on a Tuesday and you respond with systems, not speeches. The team executes calmly, the partners feel seen, the solution holds. Trust grows a ring, the way trees do. Archangel Michael says, remain teachable at heights. Altitude does not make you right, humility makes you ready. Stay